The voice you hear in your head right now is not your real voice. Nobody around you has ever heard what you think you sound like. The voice on every recording you've ever heard, that one is real. And the reason comes down to a physical difference in how sound travels through bone versus air. This is why your voice sounds completely different on a recording, and why the version in your head will never match what everyone else hears. When someone else speaks, their voice travels through air as sound waves. Those waves hit your eardrum. You hear them. But when you speak, something different happens. Your voice travels two separate paths to reach your own ears simultaneously. Path 1, through the air, same as everyone else hears you. Path 2, directly through the bones of your skull, straight to your inner ear. Feel your throat right now when you speak. That vibration travels through your jaw, your skull, your entire head. Bone conducts sound differently than air does. It amplifies lower frequencies. It makes your voice sound deeper, richer, fuller to you. But a microphone only captures the air path, not the bone path. So what you hear on a recording is what air alone carries, stripped of all those low bone-conducted frequencies. Thinner, higher, different. Here's the strange part. The voice your friends hear every single day, you have never actually heard it. Not once in your entire life. Your brain has always been combining both signals, air and bone, into one blended version that only you experience. The bone conduction adds roughly 100 to 200 hertz of extra bass to everything you say. That's why your voice feels deeper inside your head than it sounds outside of it. Professional singers know this problem well. They spend years training their ears to hear what the microphone captures, not what their skull tells them. Audio engineers actually use bone conduction headphones specifically to separate these two signals during mixing sessions. Because the difference between what you feel and what others hear is measurable, consistent, and completely universal. A microphone has no bones. It only captures air pressure waves. So what it records is purely what the air carries, which is exactly what every other person around you hears when you speak. That uncomfortable recording is not a distorted version of your voice. It is your voice, the real one. Every single person who has ever spoken to you heard that version, not the deeper, fuller version inside your head. Every phone call you've ever made, every presentation, every conversation. The voice in your head is a private experience. The voice on the recording is shared reality. And interestingly, your recorded voice is the only version that exists in the physical world outside your body. Your brain doesn't just passively receive your voice. It actively constructs it. The moment you begin to speak, your brain sends a predictive signal to your auditory cortex, essentially a preview of what you're about to sound like. This is why you can't tickle yourself. And it's the same reason your own voice never startles you. Your brain already knows it's coming. But that predictive signal is built around the combined bone and air version you've always heard, not the air-only version a microphone captures. This is also why your voice sounds different in different rooms. Hard surfaces reflect more high frequencies back to you, briefly making you sound closer to what others hear. That's why everyone sounds better singing in the shower. The reflections partially cancel out the bone conduction advantage your skull normally gives you. The good news, yes, you can get used to your recorded voice, and it doesn't take long. Researchers found that most people become comfortable with their recorded voice after hearing it roughly 10 to 15 times. The discomfort isn't permanent, it's just unfamiliarity. Professional voice actors go through this exact process at the start of their careers. They deliberately listen to their recordings daily until the brain accepts the new version as normal. If you record yourself speaking for just 1 week, the discomfort will almost completely disappear by day 7. Most people who are confident public speakers, teachers, presenters, podcasters, reach that confidence partly by simply hearing themselves enough times to stop being surprised. Your recorded voice isn't worse than the one in your head. It's just different. And different, after enough exposure, always becomes normal. The version everyone else hears has always been there. You just never gave yourself enough time to hear it too. You've been hearing a private version of your own voice your entire life. And now you know why. The real question is, which version do you actually prefer? If you want to know the real science hiding inside everyday things, subscribe. A new video drops every week. And trust me, you'll never look at ordinary things the same way again.